This is MOSAIKO, and we are here today with Kenzo.
Just enjoy the ride. I'ma make you feel alive. Go. We can dance all night. Yeah. I won't let no one disturb our vibe.
He's a dancer, he's a musician. Mainly we're here to talk about his upcoming EP, which is coming out, well, the day that this video is coming out. But first, I just want to talk to you about, it's a really big year for you, right? Like, you had a commercial, you have your EP coming out, so like, tell me more about it.
Well, actually, this whole Corona crisis that happened this year was actually a little setback for me, but it gave me so much time to actually dive into things that I want to finish. So I think that's what's happening right now. Everything is falling. Did
you plan any of this? I mean, like, you had like so many of these milestones coming up. Like, how much of it is a plan and how much of it is just like...
Well, no, actually not. The EP was supposed to be out already.
Mm-hmm.
But
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know how, but because of traveling, because of everything going on, I felt like it's not the right moment, but now it just came faster, like sooner and sooner. So
that's really cool. And so with the EP specifically, I want to talk about that first, right? Because then we can dive a little bit more into the rest. But when we look at the songs that you kind of like came up with so far, especially the most recent ones, they all have sort of this very like light vibe, a little bit more positive, so a little bit about love, like a little bit more summery. And the EP like itself looks quite like summery. Is it something that we should expect? Also, the name is The Travel. Like, what should we expect from it?
Well, that's a nice question. The reason why I called it The Travel is actually everything that I put out so far is all different. It's all light, but to me it's all different because I felt like it's such a new journey for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said,
exactly.
I'm a dancer, I'm a choreographer, but doing music is such a new thing. So it kind of felt like, okay, I'm searching what is me, who am I, what is this thing that I'm doing, and how do I want to sound. And these past few songs that I dropped were just a search.
Yeah.
So right now,
and yet it still was like going. It's not like if somebody drops a song, nobody notices it. But you can't say that like. With one of the top ones having like 50,000 streams on Spotify, and also you got the other platforms, like, it's a search, but on the other hand, like, it seems like you're doing something right. So, does that make you nervous though for the EP? Like when all of the other songs that like were a search for you
honestly,
were successful, like?
Well, honestly, not, because I feel like this everything that's on the EP are the things that I wanted to put out, but I didn't.
Okay.
So this is for me. This felt like the moment. Like, okay, now I'm gonna speak. Because first I felt like I need to search what's my spot. Who am I as an artist? But now I feel like, okay, now I know who I am as an artist. This is my story. This is my travel.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of everything. There's gonna be some happy vibes on it, but there's also gonna be some like dark beats or like some stuff you just want to play at night when you just had a long day.
Yeah.
And it's just a little bit of everything.
That's really cool. That's really good. And I mean, since you're talking about it being sort of like different, right? Again, I don't really talk about genres usually, but are you somebody who kind of gravitates to maybe a certain genre? Also, regarding sort of your history, how you got into music or what you were around, like where do you take your influences from? Also with dancing, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, I feel like if I have to see myself from another perspective, my whole dance life was to my purpose as a dancer felt like I need to explain music. I need to bring people closer to music.
Yeah.
In every way. It doesn't have to have a structure, but it needs to be the music. That's my mission. Still today. And when I started to make music, I felt like, okay, this is how I choreograph. Why shouldn't I do that same thing with the music, but do it in
reverse? That's really interesting.
So everything starts with not like I'm dancing in the studio. It's not like that.
Yeah, of course.
But it feels like I want to put this vibe. I want to put this dance, this story, this vision, and that's where my music comes from. So it's not I'm making hip hop beats. It's literally whatever I feel.
So you see yourself as more structured, maybe, or yeah,
energy. I call it the energy.
Energy.
Like every song has an energy, and it's not that you recognize a vibe or genre, I think, but you recognize the energy. That's what I hope.
So it has like a purpose for a certain situation. Like when you hear it, you're like, this is the type of situation. Like this, I'm gonna play at a party. This, I'm gonna play when I'm home, like chilling on a Sunday. Exactly. Yeah, no, I really like that. I mean, actually goes a lot into sort of the way we usually now categorize music. If you look at, for example, Spotify, right? You have all these playlists like Sunday afternoon or like Monday morning and stuff like that. So that really like goes into that. So I hope that, you know, it's going to kind of penetrate those areas as well. So I wanted to also talk a little bit about, you know, not necessarily your background, but like, what were you like when you were a kid and like up to now? Like, what is it that first maybe got you into dance? Because obviously it's still a huge part of you, right?
Yeah.
It's still a huge part of what you do, and you still keep doing that, at least for now. So what got you into that, and like why the transition into music? Because obviously it does make sense, but on another hand, for some people, you know, because you are quite a successful dancer as well, they would think, you know, why would he like go and now do something new when like he's already so good at that?
Alright, that's a good question. Me as a kid, well, I grew up in a dance studio first. So my dad, my parents, they opened a dance studio when I was 3 years old.
Oh, they own it.
They own it, yeah.
Whoa,
so,
damn!
So I'm the studio child. But there was no push at all. There was no push because I was too young to even be in a class.
Yeah.
But my older sister, she was dancing in class. And I went with her every week, just watching.
Yeah.
And somehow behind the windows, I did the choreography without being in class. Everyone was like, what's wrong with this 4-year-old kid? And then they put me in class, the youngest kid between all these girls. And I started doing these classes, and I can't remember what happened ever since, because it's just...
It was literally like you were ingrained in it, and like that's it.
I felt it. I went home practicing with my sister in front of the mirror, just do that step. So I was really into the movement and the energy, and actually that was following me the whole journey on school. Couldn't sit still, making beats on the table.
Yeah.
Starting doing drums. Playing the drums when I was 7, so it was everything was about like being active.
Especially when you play the drums. It's interesting you mentioned that, because I mean that itself, right? It's not like you necessarily play by notes, right? You really have to play by the feeling and get into it. So already if you play drums, like whether it's dance or then, you know, composing music yourself, like only people who really have the rhythm can do that, because otherwise, it's just gonna sound offbeat. There's no specific way to like go about that.
I never made that connection, but it actually makes sense.
It is. Like, I tried it, right? Like I play the piano and stuff like that. I tried it, but it really, when you meet someone who plays the drums, I always think of it as that's actually like so sophisticated in the music world, because even though a lot of the times it's like rock and hip hop and all that, like it has to be here, and if it's not, like, sorry, you can't learn that.
Facts.
So when you were playing drums and then you sort of like went on that, kept with it.
I actually on my 15th birthday, I was still everything was dancing, crew here, there. Started teaching really young. Actually, I was 12 when I started teaching.
Yeah.
Really young, but that's a time where there was no YouTube, no Instagram, no influence of everything.
What I mean, you had like 10 years of experience already, which like most people have at like maybe age 20 or 25. So
I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was doing. So
totally.
Exactly. So I started choreographing actually like at my 12. It was 12.
Crazy.
Yeah, 12.
That's crazy.
And that created a space for me where there was no nothing. There was just, this was it. Nowadays there's Instagram, YouTube, you know exactly how you want to look, but back then it was just energy, it was just whatever. And I think I was lucky enough that I was born in that era instead of now, because that made me...
And also like the pressure, don't you think? Like maybe the pressure of like when you're looking at other people, you just, there's like so much pressure going on right now. That it was just like you in a studio or somewhere doing
around,
the thing.
exactly,
people around
the honest
you,
people around
getting
you.
From that.
Exactly. So I had this perfect drive, kept going, started producing on my 15th, started producing, but it was all just focused on dance beats.
I mean, you gotta start somewhere, right? And like
Right,
you already know, and like
it was I also had a
connection.
mic back then, and it was just a little kid from the hood representing, you know, like that, yo, I'm from the hood. It was
totally.
nothing, but I had that, and I actually, it was just a fun thing on the side. Kept going with my dancing career, traveling more and more and more, seeing more of the world, seeing more people, meeting more people, and actually I remember one moment I was in the studio with Goldlink. I don't know if you know Goldlink.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, right? So Goldlink. There are some people that don't know Goldlink. I'm like,
I mean, everybody sort of like, you understand that, like,
right?
People
right
have their
people.
tastes and stuff, but I mean, we know where we are right now, right?
So he invited me into the studio. He was in Amsterdam, and he was like, yo, bro, I got this new song, and I actually want to dance to that song. So do you want to come to the studio and vibe to see how you can vibe with the song? I was like, bro, I'm there, you know what I'm saying? So I went to the studio, and he actually created a new song while I was there, and I was singing, and he was, because I feel really connected to his rap. I choreographed a lot of his songs.
You're like, what's up? What's up with them cookies? I'm a triple OG, some propane me street bang you up.
And I was sitting, he was just spitting but saying nothing but just dancing with his voice. I was like, yo, this is exactly how I choreograph. Are you doing this with your voice? And that's when the light started blinking. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should dive into this and then make that,
sometimes you
happen.
need to see someone else doing something like
and then connect.
Exactly, because like you saw dance, right, like around you all the time, so that's probably why all that transformed. And like sometimes you just that's the light bulb for you, right?
Exactly. So that happened, and then that's 4 or 5 years ago. I dived into it, and now I'm dropping my first EP.
Oh my god, wow, that's like super exciting, honestly. And with like dance and everything this connected, you don't see that many people sort of being this like renaissance human that they can do a lot of things, which I mean at times it can get tough, right? Like when you have to concentrate on a lot of things, but it's super cool to see that. And I mean, releasing your first EP after like such a long time of sort of connecting everything and collecting all the pieces together, like it's really, really cool. And regarding sort of the EP and like you were talking, the name and the songs, you want to maybe tease a little bit about some of the songs you did collaborations on, because I know that you got some of your friends on there.
I have Digits. That's a good friend of mine. He is he's not from Amsterdam, but he's from around. And he's such a big inspiration to me, and he's in the game for a long time. He's doing this thing for a long time, and we connected somehow. And he actually took me with him. So like inside. Because he's an American as well, and I'm not American. I'm Dutch. It's like I had to work on my accent. I need to get everything.
I know the feeling.
Exactly.
Like
so
100%.
It was really good having him around for the last 2 years, and it just brought to the point that we just like putting out tracks together. We already put a single out together. And I was like, you have to be on the EP for sure.
No, I mean, when you have those people who kind of like boost you up and have the same energy, it's completely different. Like, it always is.
Exactly. So, so he's on it. I produced 4 of them, and other 4 are produced by friends of mine. So also like a good energy around me.
Yeah, family.
And what can I say?
You don't gotta spill too much, you know what I mean? Like, just make sure you listen to it, okay? You can find Kenzo at Kenzo Alvares, at Kenzo Alvares on Instagram. You got a link tree there, so you got everything there. It's coming out on Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer. Did I forget something? Everywhere. So it's in 2 days. It's gonna drop on the midnight from 16 to 17. So make sure to go check it out. Now you can actually pre-save it on these platforms as well, right? So make sure to go check it out.
Also, one thing, it's coming out on cassette.
Whoa! Okay, throwback. Where can we get that?
On my web shop.
Okay, perfect.
I'll make sure you put the link.
We put all the links. Don't worry about it.
But you can get it with a player as well.
Whoa!
Which you can connect to your laptop to transfer the thing.
Hell yeah! 90s, 80s kids. Finally,
with the
Finally.
lyrics. So
Oh
we've
my
been taking
God.
it back a little bit to just
That's
give it
really
a little
dope.
extra.
That's super dope. Okay, so make sure to check it out, eh? Thanks a lot for today.
Thank you for having me.
Hold my hand, don't let go. These days are so unusual. Please stay on my side, just hold on. I'll pray for us to just hold on today. As soon as you leave me, I gotta do everything